This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by the gargantuan gaming Goliath Gamefly and my thesaurus. Welcome back to another episode of Ask the Buffalo here on Revision 3. I am your host, John Rettinger, and this is a time where you can ask me any question you have from the world of technology. Not sure if you should wait to get that new phone, don't know whether or not now is a good time to get a tablet, don't know what e-reader to get your Nana for the holidays. I am here to help to give you all those answers. This is Ask the Buffalo. On the last episode of Ask the Buffalo, I answered only one question, and that was one of the questions I get more than anything else. Where do my gadgets come from? How do we get stuff in the Techno Buffalo offices to review? In this episode of Ask the Buffalo, I'm going to continue that one question trend, and I'm going to give some advice for aspiring tech reviewers and YouTubers. This is probably the second most question that I get asked. What advice do you have for someone that wants to start tech reviewing? What advice do you have for someone that wants to start a website or a YouTube channel? I'm going to share some of my secrets and tell you what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me, and hopefully it will help steer you on your road to becoming the next great tech reviewer. So back before I became a tech reviewer, I would sit at my office. I was in a marketing department for a software development firm, and I would read every tech site that I could. It was what I did for enjoyment. It was what I did when my boss wasn't looking. It was what I did when I was at home. I just loved reading about technology. I would read every article out there. I would watch almost every video that was in existence. I loved it, and I immersed myself in it. It was always what I wanted to do for my dream job, but never in a million years that I think I would ever be lucky enough or ever have the opportunity to do it. And then about 5 years ago, I unboxed a MacBook Pro and my life changed. I'm in the position where I am now, having achieved sort of a little bit of notoriety and success. Certainly there are many people more talented and more accomplished than I am, but the biggest factor in my success was being first to market. I was one of the early few that was doing technology reviews on YouTube. It seems sort of crazy to say right now, but back then, 5 years ago, there weren't that many people out there. I looked at the folks that really paved the way for consumer electronic journalism on the video world. Guys like Chris Pirillo that were part of the early tech TV days, guys that really helped pioneer and pave the road for what I do now. And I watched every video I could on those guys. So the first bit of advice I can give you, and let's say you want to be a video reviewer, you want to get into technology video, is to watch every video you can. Good, bad, indifferent. If they only have 5 subscribers, 10 subscribers, 100 subscribers, doesn't matter how many, watch every video that you can. It's going to help you find a style or help you think that you're finding a style. When I first started doing my videos, I was imitating a style from a YouTuber out of the UK. I don't think he's still doing videos, but his channel's still up. His name was Danny is Ace. I loved what he was doing. I knew I was going to be unboxing some laptops, and he had been doing the same thing, and I really liked his style. He showed his personality in the videos, and that was the thing that I didn't really see that much when people started making videos. So back then, I didn't have much personality. Some would say I don't have much personality now, but I tried to sort of let me come through in the videos and not just say it's a laptop, it's got a Pentium processor in it, it's got 2 gigs of RAM, and here's the operating system. Yay. I tried to spice it up a little bit. I tried to make videos that I would want to watch. And that's a really big piece of advice. Make videos that you yourself would want to watch. Try not to make videos that you think are going to appeal to everyone. Don't make videos that you think, oh, people are really going to love this, but it's not what you enjoy doing. Do what you like. Is some of the best advice that I can give. So I go ahead and make my bad jokes in the videos. That's not me trying to get you to like me, and chances are it's having the opposite result. That's just who I am. I tell awful jokes. My wife will attest to that. I have maybe not the best sense of humor, maybe not the most appropriate sense of humor, but hopefully that comes through in my videos, because videos are who I am. And that can help differentiate you from the competition, because you are unique, you're an individual, so your personality should come through in those tech videos. One of the misconceptions that people have about those that do this for a living or that want to do it for a living is that you have to be extremely rich to do it, because you have to, of course, have all these products to show, and that is extremely not true at all. I'm the farthest thing from wealthy, and I was especially the farthest thing from wealthy when I started. You do not have to have all the technology that you want to talk about. You can talk about trends in technology. You can give your opinions on a product announcement without actually having the product. Don't worry that you're not going to physically have the device in your hand. So I look back to, let's say, the Nokia Lumia 800 announcement. A lot of folks didn't have that, in their hand at the time. They didn't get a chance to go to Nokia World to see it when it was announced, but you could still talk about it. You could talk about, for example, Nokia's role in the broader consumer marketplace, how it's going to tie in with Microsoft. You can give your thoughts and opinions. Be creative with it. You're going to probably have a little bit of feedback from folks, perhaps on the negative side, but don't worry about it. The internet as a whole is getting meaner and meaner and meaner, and if you want to be in tech reviewing, the one thing that I can tell you is you need to have a ridiculously thick skin. And you need to have crocodile skin in order to do this. Comments are targeting, they're trying to go for insecurities, they get racist, they get homophobic, they get anti-everything. It is absolutely atrocious where people feel like they can type in comments because they have a bit of anonymity. You are going to have to fight through that. And one of the best things that I can say, and I love to say it's easy, and I love to say it gets easier as you go, but the honest answer is it doesn't. Those comments still hurt me. I've been doing this for 5 years, and still those comments that say it's a 5 megapixel camera, not a 3 megapixel camera, you should kill yourself, or something like that. They still hurt. They honestly really do still hurt. And you're gonna find yourself wanting to respond to all of those folks who are saying those nasty things. And you're gonna want to defend yourself. Fight that urge. Do not encourage it at all. Take advantage of the block button. Block them and be done with it. You might be limiting your audience a little bit, but if those people are the ones that are going to be commenting and watching your videos, that's not the kind of support you want. That's not to say that you should block anyone who has something negative to say. You can find a lot of constructive criticism in the videos that can often be very helpful. But as far as the haters and the negative comments go and the thumbs down, you are going to have to fight through it, especially if you're a little bit younger. It can be kind of hard, but you are going to have to continue to persevere. Something I struggle with on a daily basis. I've gotten a little bit better at it over the 5 years, but it's something you're really going to be conscious of. And think it's something that you can do as you decide if you want to get into this field. So in the previous video, again, I mentioned how I get the gadgets and where they come from, so you can go ahead and check that out. So that is some general advice for how to be a consumer electronic journalist. You don't have to have all the money in the world. You don't have to have all the products. You need to make videos that you think people are going to want to watch. You don't have to go out and buy the best equipment in the world either. Oftentimes a cell phone with some good angles and decent lighting can work. And it can actually work pretty well. So whatever camera phone you've got, whatever camera you have laying around should probably suffice. Don't think you have to go out and buy $1,000 of equipment because you want to look professional. It's okay. It's YouTube. Do the best you can with what you have. In upcoming videos, I'll talk about some tips for YouTube, how to tag videos, how to title videos, what to put in your description. We'll talk a little bit about YouTube's algorithms and how to get your videos recognized. But for right now, I wanted to share just that little bit of advice. And now I want to take a quick moment to thank our friends and sponsors at Gamefly. I love video games. Chances are after watching this, you love video games. Why not get all the video games you love to play sent to you without having to buy them? Gamefly is the largest online video game rental service and offers you a choice from over 7,000 new and classic titles across all consoles and handhelds. With plans starting at $15.95 a month, Gamefly members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time and keep them for as long as they like. Best part, there are no late fees, no due dates, and shipping is always free. Once you're done playing a game, send it back and Gamefly will send you the next available game on your list. If you like the game you're playing and you don't want to give it back, you can hit keep it on the Gamefly website. The game is yours at a discounted price. Gamefly will even mail you the case and manuals free of charge. Techno Buffalo fans get a free 15-day trial when they go to gamefly.com/technobuffalo. 15-day free trial. Try it. Get all your gaming in. You can get some Arkham City on. You can get some Zelda on. Whatever you want to play. That is gamefly.com/technobuffalo. Alright, so we've gone through commenting and how to deal with the hate, which is really so incredibly bad that it's just grating. If, let's say, you're reviewing an iPhone or comparing it to Android, you're inevitably going to be smashed with people who feel one way or feel another. I can make 20 videos talking about the fanboy and the fanboy hate. that people feel towards an operating system or those that use another operating system. But knowing that that's coming is going to slant your content. You need to be very, very, very cognizant of that. And don't shy away from voicing your opinion because you think people are going to hate on it. You have to stand to your values if you want to be a successful consumer electronic journalist. Be prepared for negativity. Know that it's going to come. Know you're going to get threats of people unsubscribing and call you awful names and things they would never say to their mothers. Just know that it's going to come and don't let it affect your content. It's probably some of the best advice that I can give you guys. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Ask the Buffalo on Revision 3. One of the best shows on Revision 3 is ending. Dignation. If you're a big Dignation fan and you want to keep up with some of those guys and you want to know what hippie Glenn is up to, you can check out his new show, Toasted Donuts, coming to Revision 3. I'm John Ranger from Techno Buffalo, and I have a sudden urge to eat a frosted donut in the toaster. Toasted donut. How do you toast a donut? I bet it'd be good though.
So Glenn has a new show coming online.
Yeah, I've heard.
Toasted Donut.
Toasted Donut.
We talked about this for a long time. Toasted Donut was actually a Dignation invention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about the show.
Yeah, what is the show?
Just like short little 5-6 minute segments, 2 minutes maybe. Hello, and welcome to Toasted Donuts. This is the show where I'll bring you small portions of food and silverware to eat that food with on a plate that you can then ingest, maybe like 3 to 4 minutes worth.
The world through the lens of Glenn's eyes, which can include
somewhat serious
health and nutrition, just doing some talking to some people, doing some wacky segments.
I mean,
about things
I want to
that
get
he experiences
information.
in his life.
Yeah, I want to get information from people and do like short interviews with people, but also throw in like not just a typical interview style piece, but throw in some kind of odd stuff in the middle.
Hey Glenn.
Yeah, Dave.
How about a tour?
Tour of what? My microphone?
No, not that.